So, as promised, I think every day I'm going to do a show at 6 o'clock. Do a show at 6 o'clock, just talking about the day's games and the review of the day's games, and then a preview for the next day's games. It's not going to be super in depth. All I can say is that I watched the opening ceremony today, and I was hell of impressed. It was nice that it wasn't like super long. Sometimes the Olympics and all those kind of ceremonies get so involved and so complicated. And it was just really nice to actually have a ceremony that was quick. It really was good. It went through the history of Japan, Japan's rugby. It was really, really nice. It was nice to see all the kids singing the I don't know if it's a World Rugby song, but that in Union song. It was really, really nice. So yeah, great way to start the Rugby World Cup. I think we've all been looking forward to hell of forever, and now that it's here, I'm just so happy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through the game that I watched today. I watched Russia play Japan, and it's going to be in the history books. Russia scored the first try had the first points of Rugby World Cup 2019. It was a shocker of a kickoff. Japan just could not take the ball in, and they was constantly under pressure, and Russia scored that first try. You know what? I've actually made a huge big mistake here. Before I actually bring this onto this, it would have been really bad. The score's the wrong way around. But I think Japan started showing their class. They started spreading that ball wide. I missed the end of the first half, but I watched the whole of the second half. And I just think Japan, a bit rusty. I think a lot of pressure there. It was great to see such a full stadium, really get the people really getting into it. And I thought it was a really great way to start the Rugby World Cup. Real interesting way to start it. And sometimes you really want a big game, but I thought that was a really decent way to start. I thought Russia actually was better than what I thought. I'd said in my Super Review that they'd lose by 22 points. They lost by 20. But I just thought Russia was there. They were there or thereabout. You could see they were getting really tired by the end of the game, and then Japan just started really putting the hammer down. I was very, very impressed with the props from Russia. I thought their tight head was especially quite good, because it's quite difficult to be a really good tight head in this day and age. But that was the only game for the day. Great way to start the Rugby World Cup. I think now let's get going into the next game. So tomorrow, I think the first game is like about 6 in the morning here. But we've got Australia playing Fiji. I've put Australia to win by 9 points. Even though I think Fiji, this would be the game that they'd be targeting. I think they're going to be targeting going after Australia. It'll be the one team that they could possibly beat, but I don't see it happening. Even though Fiji have sorted out their set pieces and they've sorted out their lineouts they've been working on for quite a while. They're not just a running, offloading kind of team. But I still think Australia's strong enough to actually beat them and comfortably by 9 points. I don't think it's going to be a super high scoring game. I hear that I think there's rain tomorrow. Most of the game, I haven't really 100% saw. I just know for the Springbok game is rain. But I think Australia, we haven't really seen much of them. They haven't really been on the radar, everyone's radar for the Rugby World Cup. They've really become underneath the radar. So I still think Australia to win comfortably by 9. It'd be nice to see Pocock back. So I'm looking forward to that game. Next game of the day, we've got France versus Argentina. I think this is the big game for Pool C. England and all of those are going to be big games, but this really will decide who comes second in this pool. Well, you never know. France did beat England in this last. It wasn't this last Six Nations. It was the Six Nations before. Well, it was one of them. And but this everyone's deciding is the game for second place. So a pretty strong game to start off with. Look, I've still put France to win by 9. I know that sounds quite strange that it would have had two teams exactly the same. But I think France, the set piece is really good. I think they have a good set piece and they've got a decent back line. Whereas I think Argentina have a decent back line, but I'm not 100% sure about their set piece. And I think they might come a little bit unstuck against a France side that also we haven't really heard much about. or we haven't really. I think they did win their game. I think they lost. They lost one. They won one against Scotland and lost against Scotland. So yeah, but I think they're going to be too good for Argentina on the day. Last game of the day is at 12 o'clock tomorrow. We've got New Zealand playing South Africa. I've put South Africa to win by 1 point. I think it's going to be a downright tough game. I'm actually quite concerned that there might be an injury to a key player in one of these teams. This is going to be seriously physical. I think the breakdown is going to be absolutely contested to the nth degree. So I think there might be an injury to a key player this opening game. Yeah, there's two ways to look at it. You know, having your opening game against South Africa means you get like 3 weeks to not relax, but you can play not a B side, but you can manage your players a little bit more before you get to the quarters, or you're going to pick up an injury now. But at the same token, you know, then you can bring in a player of similar kind of caliber to join the squad. Look, depending on what happens tomorrow, I think hopefully the best team wins on the day between New Zealand and South Africa. I think because the breakdown is going to be quite intense, I've got a feeling there might be a few discipline issues for whatever reason, and there might be a yellow card in that game. I'm hoping there's no red cards, but I've got a feeling there'll be a yellow card in that game, and probably a yellow card on both sides. I think both New Zealand and South Africa will have a yellow card against them, and I think the penalty count might be a little bit high, but we'll see. I'm just thinking because of the rain, because it might be a little bit more forward based, that there might be a few issues with discipline. But overall, those are the 3 games for tomorrow. Like I said, what I'm going to try to do is every day at 6 o'clock, maybe not even longer than 10 minutes. I'm going to be here, talk about the upcoming, this day's games and the next day's games, and just give my scores. These are just the spreads that I'm looking at. This is what I've put in my Super Brew. I'm in quite a few pools of Super Brew, and I think not Monobok. I know 2 Cents has got a nice big pool. I think the Yellow Cap might also have a pool. There's quite a few pools that I've just been put into. So I'm looking forward. I think the Imbibe also has a really good pool. I'll try to put some links down below to Super Brew, because I was quite shocked that a lot of people don't know Super Brew. It's a really great platform where you can just do the point spread for a game, just good fun. I don't generally do that well. I'm in the top 50%, but that's about as far as it goes. But yeah, those are my scores for tomorrow. So I've got Australia to win by 9, France to win by 9, and South Africa to win by just 1 lousy point. And congratulations for the Japanese for really having a great ceremony today and opening up the World Cup to great fanfare, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of the campaign. Listen, guys, I hope you enjoy your games tomorrow. Really, really enjoy them. If you have an opportunity to watch them, I think all of them are going to be good. And I'll be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock to talk about those games and talk about the next day's game. I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful evening and day tomorrow. Chat soon. Cheers. Bye.